Hello everyone, it's Max from the English Speaking Hub, and today I'm trying to integrate, incorporate, bake in a new expression into my active speech. So, I wouldn't say that it's new per se, but I definitely haven't used it for a while, a couple of years, I guess. So, the word of the day is the verb to terrorize. So, to terrorize means to deliberately inflict intense fear, violence, psychological distress on someone. So, parents who terrorize their kids with extreme academic pressure are setting them up for burnout, not success. So, that's definitely one of the ways it can, swing back at parents, right? But by the same token, oftentimes gentle parenting and all this sheltering that they wind up doing also like hampers, if not like derails kids because they kind of like silently terrorize them, right? Like they're not letting them venture out into unknown, and this silent terror, in my opinion, is like one of the main things that kind of like holds them back in their adulthood. But yeah, like I mean, if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely opt for gentle parenting because terrorizing your kids with extreme academic pressure, it's kind of like bound to kind of like boomerang on you. And we've all seen countless situations like this, where in South Korea, for instance, where the suicide rates among people, who are on the verge of graduation, is just like sky high if you juxtapose it against other countries. And it's literally so horrifying. I don't know, like what kind of like galvanizes them to do that. But definitely, you know, when it comes to I don't know, like choosing life or death, grades at school, or I don't know, like the results of your exams or whatever, right? Like they shouldn't dictate, this choice, right? Like it should be like somewhere probably, at the top of your priority list, but not like, but not to this extent, right? So I understand that there is like this pressure to compete, and it is kind of like socially, what would you say, like sanctioned. But the fact is, like it's about time they switch things up a little. Just shaking. It's about time they shaken up the system. Um, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, like probably like the suicide rates is what I would chalk up my position to there, because like there is no two ways about it, right? Like it's just abominable what happens there, and the fact that it is like I don't know, like it's a developed country, a fairly like prosperous and affluent. Like I mean, it's difficult to wrap my mind around like how come it still like you know happens, right? So the constant push for every hobby to become a side hustle terrorizes the pure enjoyment of doing something just for the sake of it. Like this, what would you say, like ubiquitous monetization and commodification of hobbies definitely, sucks, kind of like sucks all the joy out of the process and terrorizes people, right? It's difficult to put my finger on like where exactly this terror stems from, but yeah, like I mean, it's one of the problems that we have to drum up interest to, uh, so that it can be kind of like alleviated, and the ramifications of not having like hobbies that you do just for the sake of them. Um, like I mean, it's really a bummer, definitely. Mandatory workplace fun events don't build morale, they terrorize introverts and those who would rather just do their jobs and go home. Um, I mean, if you're an introvert, yeah, like mandatory. Like if it is compulsory, definitely. Like fundamentally, like once you put the word compulsory or mandatory or obligatory, right? It definitely kind of like disincentivizes people to kind of get any kind of joy out of it, right? Um, as for like the fact that it terrorizes introverts, yeah, I mean, I guess so. Okay, so I mean, if I were an introvert, I would definitely try to weasel my way out of it. But it is what it is. Unskippable ads before short videos exist solely to terrorize our attention spans into oblivion. Um, um, I'm not really like grappling with unskippable ads, right? Because there are plenty of workarounds, right? Like the chicken used to bypass all of this ads, not necessarily unskippable, not just unskippable ones, just any kinds of ads, right? But definitely, I mean, it's not just like the fact that they terrorize us, it's the fact that they kind of like permeate every nook and cranny of the internet. They're scattered across like all the platforms, and yeah, like that. Oftentimes they're just like shoddy and bad, and there is nothing fun about them. So it's not just like the fact that they terrorize our attention spans. Is that it's that they're so like sketchy that they literally like mutate into the bane of our existence the very moment we kind of see them. So tech companies terrorize their own employees with hustle culture, glorifying 80-hour work weeks and burnout as badges of honor, while execs cash out and preach work-life balance on LinkedIn. Yeah, I mean, the you know the ironies on the surface. Um, I don't know. Like, I mean, nobody you know buys into it, I guess. Especially like with so many like just greedy asses like on LinkedIn these days. Them like glorifying like essentially what would you say like burning out, um, and like wearing it as if it was a badge of honor. Yeah, like that's just it's just weird. It's baffling. What's even more perplexing for me personally is the fact that some people kind of like get bamboozled into this culture, and yeah, I mean just start like glorifying it themselves and start like propagating and purporting all this like nonsensical things, which is weird. It's bizarre. But whatever, I guess. Like there is no shortage of very like pliable and not naive, but what's the word? I forgot about it. It just slips my mind for whatever reason. Uh, Something that starts with G. Just give me a second. Gullible, right? Gullible is the word. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.